Hello, my collective. Elsie here to do a reading for you. Just thought I'd come in and drop one for you while I was doing other work today. How are you? Happy Friday, if that's when you're viewing this. And whenever you view it, it's going to resonate with you or it's not. I mean, it is what it is. It's not for everybody. It is a general reading, right? So I feel like this reading will find y'all when you need it or when notified by YouTube. Sometimes it's just not as mysterious as we want it to be. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's talk about the collective, please. Tell me, what is the energy for the collective? Now, we've got a big laundry list of things going on right now. We just got out of the Lionsgate portal, and we are now in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, and Venus is still in retrograde until the 2nd of September. So if you're losing your mind, be kind with yourself. All right, here we are. First card out says grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Okay, says a few things to me. I feel like the grief tells me that something ended. Yeah, I understand that losing something. So you feel a loss. You feel a loss for whatever this is. You have grief. It's like whatever it was that you lost, you treated it as though it was a death. Like you grieved over it. You grieved the ending. Acceptance. But then you came to acceptance. I love it. It says you are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. Look at that. How beautiful is that? I forgot I had these cards. In the spirit of cleaning out my tarot room, that's what's been going on. You guys have been seeing all my oracles. So I want to say that there is sort of an acceptance of the present moment and where you're at right now. And I want to say that it's on the other side of grief, because I feel like you had an ending, which I do not believe it was an ending of a life. I feel like it was an ending of a relationship or a job, something that you kind of wanted to be in your life for longer than it was. And you see it as a loss. So you feel like you lost it, but you realize that you can thank the universe for the memories that you have for that thing and move forward into acceptance here. Yeah, you have to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. Accept it. And as it is, I talk about the, being in the doorway, right? You can't be the traffic cop. When people arrive, let them arrive. And when people go, let them go. Because there's really nothing to be gained from you making them stay. It just makes problems, right? When someone wants to go and you keep calling them back, or when you try and leave and they keep calling you back, sometimes it's just the acceptance to get through the grief and just be able to carry on with this rhythm of life that you love. We have denial. It says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with an insight of awareness. And we don't always want to look at ourselves. Sometimes we're fearful about looking at us and saying maybe we had a part to play in our own grief, making decisions, right? Some of us didn't have a choice in the decisions. Some of you are in grief over this loss because maybe you got laid off or, something happened that was without your control. But regardless of whether it was in or out of your control, always bringing yourself to the acceptance of that moment is where to start. If you don't know where to start, if you're the one who is deeply in grief, accepting the situation for what it is right now is the only thing that's going to give you relief, because you want it to be a different way and it is not that way. And so the acceptance really offers a beautiful moment of letting your own self off the hook. Because I think that awareness is coming. I think that the acceptance is an awareness for you. And I think that maybe you've been in denial for a while. The fear of acceptance. Look, none of us wants to face the mirror and say, I was part of it. We have freedom. Oh, I love it. You know what, y'all? I've been doing readings this week, and I think this is the 4th time that I've gotten this card of freedom. And every time I see this word, George Michael sings it in my ear, his song, Freedom. I won't let you down. I will not give you up. Something about the sound. It's the one good thing that I've got. I want to stick around. Yeah. So it feels like somebody is coming into your life here. It says freedom. You are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. Okay. Because once you get yourself out of denial, it sets you free. And now you're willing to let people go in and out of the door as they please. And when they're leaving, you're not going to hold on to their arm, because you know that there is a freedom in letting go. Look, if we can't live in a way that allows our partner to live freely, like to be in actual freedom. Because, when people want to get into relationships and commit and rings and weddings, and it's all about keeping you with me. It's all about, holding on to you super tight. I feel like you were kind of in denial for a little bit. That maybe back here you held on to it too tight, but now you're realizing that there is a freedom to letting go, because when you let the bird out of the cage, there is a chance it will come back, but there also is a freedom to that. And if the bird keeps coming back, you know that it really does want to come back, that you're not forcing it in the cage and locking it, right? Bottom of the deck says unity. Oh, there's union here. You understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. What? Forgiveness. Ooh, that is a strong, strong forgiveness. It is somebody's getting forgiveness and unity. Somebody wants to come together with you. They know how powerful the words I'm sorry are. And also, it feels as though someone is going to say, I'm sorry, but understand they're doing it for a purpose of getting themselves unstuck. But in doing so, everybody gets freedom. And there's unity. And there's forgiveness. And who cares if it's a relationship? This is what you've been wanting. You've been wanting to get some sort of resolve, to know that it's in a good place. To know that it feels like there's a relationship here, that it got out of line, or something didn't work, or it feels like we all went to our own sides and now we're going through acceptance and denial. And it's the freedom of understanding these lessons here that creates the love energy. Okay. All right. Tell me about this grief, please. Yeah, I think for some of you it was the fear of acceptance, that you can't just hang on to someone and like hold on really tight. That person, the tighter you hold on to them, they're going to feel like you stuffed them in a cage, or it feels like you have to really love in a way that your person feels the freedom of wanting to come back, rather than being badgered to come back, whether you're feminine or masculine. All right. I've got here. We've got the 7 of Cups. Yeah, this was an overwhelming time. Whatever it was that somebody lost or perceives as being lost, it was a very overwhelming emotional time. I still think you think about that back there. Oh, I love this. Acceptance. You're ready to release control of the situation. And look, because you release control and you have acceptance of the present moment, look at that. You learn the lesson of the Queen of Pentacles. Bravo to you. You could be the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you're Capricorn or Taurus or Virgo, because this is a general reading, but this is Capricorn energy. I feel like the acceptance of that for you, I feel like has you you've conquered the first queen. That's what I want to say. You now know the energies of the Queen of Coins. What makes you the Empress? Learning the energy of the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Wands, right? Along with the Queen of Pentacles. There is an acceptance here. And I think that you're lovingly embracing yourself and your worth. It's an acceptance of, you know what? I understand that I lost that thing, but that doesn't mean I can't be all of it. It doesn't mean I can't plan world domination. Just because I lost something back there, it's taught me a lesson. I appreciate what was back there. It was an overwhelming time and in grief, and I'm just going to leave it there. But I feel like here is where you begin to get your ground, your footing. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. You now are aware that there's nothing stopping you from 10 Pentacles. I think that you were in denial that you actually could find the 10 Pentacles, and whatever it is to you, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be the promotion. It's almost like you were in denial of your worth. And so once you came into this acceptance, here appears the 10 of Pentacles. Whatever that thing is to you, could be the long-term relationship, could be money, just abundance in general, good health. So now you have an awareness. The awareness is, I know my worth, therefore I know what I'm worth, what I should be chasing, right? I'm worth I'm worth all 10 Pentacles. And I feel like the denial was you really hadn't had an acceptance of your own worth. I think you do now, though. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. One more time. You are releasing any self-imposed restrictions. Okay. Perceived through limitations. That's the 5, yeah. The loving energy of openness. Okay, so I think that you've been feeling in lack as it pertains to love. Yeah, I feel as though these are self-imposed restrictions. I feel like you've been on the outside looking in. What I want to say is I feel like you've been looking through a window or watching other people, or maybe your window is Facebook, maybe your window is your phone. I don't know, but it feels like you've been watching other people do their thing, and that maybe it's been making you feel a little bit in lack. So you're releasing this self-imposed restriction, perceived limitation. I love this growth here. I do. We have the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck because of the 9 of Pentacles and the Emperor. Oof, really, just like that. The Emperor is single and wants you. Here comes the Ace of Cups along with the Emperor. The Emperor has had an ending. So the Emperor is Aries, doesn't have to be. The Emperor is all of the kings. And so we have, I feel like the Emperor has become single. Yeah, something's come to an end. A chapter has closed. A really heavy chapter. A really heavy chapter here. 10 of Wands is showing on the bottom of the deck. It feels like there was some burdens that had to be dropped by the Emperor. And now that the Emperor has dropped the burdens, this person is now single and coming forward with this Ace of Cups. All right. What was this overwhelming grief? It was regret. It was regret that somebody walked away from you. They disconnected or cut you away. I feel like you had feelings for this person, or you were beginning to have feelings for this person. The Page of Cups is here. I think it was a surprise. This person just kind of cut you off. That's what it feels like. Sorry, I'm hearing a song. So I cut you off. I don't need your love. I've been done. I've been moving on since you said goodbye. I cut you off. What is that? Oh, that's Dua Lipa. Yeah. I think it's called I Don't Give a Fuck. ID. GAF, I think that's what it's called. Okay. So it feels like that. Somebody cut you off or you cut them off. But I really feel like somebody withdrew from you and you're sad about it. And it happened suddenly. It was quick. It was a surprise. And so you really didn't get a chance to grieve it. You had to go through this grief process. You felt the loss because somebody cut you off. That's what it feels like. And it was surprising, and that's why it sent you spiraling into this Seven of Cups, not knowing what you want, being overly emotional, can't get a hold of my emotions. I feel like the Eight of Cups tells me that somebody withdrew from you. So there's nothing that you could do, because I feel as though this person withdrew from you, telling you exactly how they felt about you. Maybe they didn't say it in words. Maybe they just withdrew. Maybe they just ghosted. But we have acceptance. It's like you go through the grieving process, and after the grieving process, you come to an acceptance of, you know what? That person didn't deserve me then, because I'm the frickin' queen of coins. I'm the queen of frickin' coins. Like, I'm a queen, as if I'm going to put up with that stuff. That's what it feels like. The acceptance is, wait a second, this person was running game on me. How dare you pull away from the queen? Right? So I think that you could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I think that you are someone who is solid. Like, I want to say you're solid. Like, you love to care for people. You love to take good care of yourself. You're very solid with your finances. You've made your own wealth. And I feel like you have an acceptance of who you are. And this person that pulled away, they can stay there. But I think you've healed from them. That's what it feels like. And I also feel that this person, whatever this situation is, okay, maybe it's not a person, maybe it's a job that fired you, or maybe it's something that went on back here that was really awful. Could be even a family thing. But I think whatever it was is somebody just cut you off at the knees, and that was it. And in that silence, like, because that person didn't give you any of their energy, you had to really start taking a hard look at you. And in that, I think you find the acceptance of who you are. It's kind of beautiful. You know, everybody comes into our life for a reason, and that person was a jerk, and they hurt you, and it was terrible. Feminine or masculine. I don't know if somebody did it to you, or the person fired you, or I don't know what went on, but it was terrible, and it happened quickly, and yeah, and it was meant to trigger you into looking at you in the mirror, saying, who the hell are you? And why does this keep happening? Yeah, I love it. So we have that you acknowledge your fear of the acceptance of who you are, because, you know, sometimes it looks better than we think. And you replace it with the insight of awareness. The awareness is that you are always worth the 10 Pentacles. And I don't think this person was giving that to you. Or this job, whatever it is. What is the 10 Pentacles for you? It is love for you, I feel. I feel like you want someone to choose you. Yeah. It's an awareness that you're worth all of it, and you want someone to choose you. You're no longer chasing. I think you're in the energy of the Empress. The Queen of Pentacles is that. She is the Empress in training. I feel as though the Queen of Cups showing up here tells me that you are ready for love and you're open. I feel like you're also the healer, so possibly you're on your way to Empress energy, but we've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy here. Yeah, you want someone to choose you. You want someone else to make the decision about love and come and get you. You're staying here, which is exactly what the Empress would do, y'all. She would just say, you know what? If you don't show up at my door, if you don't find a way to connect with me through text or phone or mail or sending me a delivery of flowers or whatever it is, if you can't find that way to connect with me, then you don't deserve me. And that's the stance of the Empress. I think that you absolutely would welcome a new beginning. The Judgment is here. Well, I mean, I don't think all of you are open to the new beginning. I think some of you are going to make a very important decision as it pertains to your Pentacle life. So a lot of things are going to factor in, like family, children, your job. Do you have time for this person? I feel like you have a big decision coming up here. It feels like you've been on the outside looking in of someone's life, or maybe they've been watching you. But that's what this is here. It's a self-imposed restriction that we were looking at, right? So maybe you've been holding yourself on the outside looking in, waiting for someone to bring it to you because you're tired of chasing. You're not chasing anymore. Nope, you are not. Tell me about this self-imposed restriction. What is this here, please? What's this self-imposed restriction? I love it. I'm seeing the growth of someone here. The Queen shows up, the Queen of Swords. The self-imposed restriction was that you didn't speak up and didn't tell people what you wanted. Yeah, I think it's come, look at this. This acceptance of self is what is growing you. We now have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. The only one missing is the Queen of Wands. So I feel like the freedom to speak up, to be honest and clear. I'm just going to tell you how it is. And I think that might put you on the outs with people. I feel like you have liberated yourself and you figured out that you got to speak up to say what you want. I feel as though you have questions for someone that you haven't spoken with in a very long time. It's been a long time of this waiting for communication. I feel like someone's ready to speak up, but I want to say that I feel like it's you. If you are the Empress in training, if you are in the pre-Empress energy, I feel like it's you that's been waiting for the communication. You could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Virgo and Pisces here in the Judgment card. A decision is going to be made. Someone is going to choose you. I think this is two different situations, if I'm being quite honest. I feel like this Judgment, someone making a decision here, this could be you or this could be them, about love. So it's like this feels different from this. This feels like you've been on the outside of someone's life looking in, and there's got to be conversation coming here. I feel like you're ready for them. You've got the sword at the ready. We've got two swords pointing up here. There's a decision that has to be made. Two swords are pointing up here. Yeah. And it's someone that you haven't spoken to in a long time. For some of you, it could be for years. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles. Self-imposed restriction or perceived limitation. You've put yourself on the outside looking in, and I think it was because you didn't have the bravery to speak up. But the Queen appears. The Queen of Swords appears and says, aha, I'm liberating myself. I'm going to say what I want. So I think that you are going out of, I want to say that maybe even spending some time by yourself, maybe even hermiting a bit, and maybe it's not a hermit situation, but maybe even spending a lot of time away from people. And I think that that's about to change here. I think that you've been on the outside looking in, this is how you perceive yourself. So you're the one who has been staying away from people. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I feel as though it's been a long while, but I think that you are going to speak up to someone, or maybe it's communication that's coming to you with the Ace of Swords. I feel like somebody wants to work on something that we've left on the back burner for a very long time. Just remind you that that's on the bottom of the deck, and all of this is too, right? It's the very near future here. The Emperor's had an ending, has become single, and is coming with a cup. So, you could be the Emperor. You could also be one of the signs that I've mentioned here. I feel like we are talking about someone who is really working hard on themselves. And I think when the Emperor does reach you, you're ready. Yeah, you're ready. So I don't know what the feminine masculine energy is here. Take it as it resonates, but I feel like you're ready with the sword in the air. I got shit to say. The Emperor thinks he's going to stomp in and take charge of the situation, and you're like, nah, bro. Nope. You can just hang right there. I got a couple of things to say to you first. I think that the Emperor is used to, having things go the way they want them to go. And I feel like this person's been gone too long. I feel like you're willing on working on having a conversation with them, for sure. But they've been gone a very long time. This here, I think, is a separate situation for some of you. I feel like you're going to have to make a big decision as it pertains to the Ten of Pentacles. Your livelihood, or a relationship, a long-term relationship that includes really deep love. It's with someone you already have feelings for. Yeah. All right. Oh, well, look at that. Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Somebody is afraid of love and happiness. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely. We have the Six of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody moved on from a long-term relationship to find happiness. They were not happy there. Could be the Emperor. We've been reading about that energy for the Emperor for the last few weeks in, maybe even the last couple months, maybe in the Aries readings. Yeah. So I feel like Nine of Wands, somebody behind the fear wall wants a love commitment. We've just pulled the Ace of Cups twice. I think you feel the same way they do. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you for coming here to watch. And if you want to be in the comments, that's where I'll be. I love you guys. Bye.